Welcome back to another exciting episode of our weekly entertainment podcast. We call it Spitball Media because we spit out the top media stories of the week. My name is John Draper. Joining me, he survived a rap battle that he's going to do a very special Patreon episode about. His name is Shaheen. Shaheen, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a whole show on it, but basically I went to a rap battle that was Cassidy versus Easy to Block Captain. It was in Philly, and to sum it all up, I obviously go in detail, man, but I mean, every gangster in Philly was in this goddamn building, bro. This shit was like, it got bad.
How big was the room? How big was the venue?
I mean, it's the biggest club in Philly. It happened in
What's
Club
the name
Noto.
of the club?
Club Noto. It's the biggest club in Philly now.
Okay.
But I mean, the building was full of like shooters and like it was pretty rough around the edges, bro. Like it was, it got to the point like they had to shut it down for safety because there were so many threats.
Oh, I can't wait for this fucking story. Okay.
No, they had to shut it down. So I mean, people got refunds. It was a shit show.
Shah is gonna do a literally his Patreon episode for the month of December is dedicated to this evening. That's how big of a fucking event this was for him. So he's just teasing it for now. So boy, get on that Patreon because if you missed his Halloween episode, you're really missing out. But who's not rough around the edges, looking younger and dapper than ever, is Mr. B. Show Brian. B. Show Brian, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm back from my my
Mall
prolapsed
Santa.
asshole. Oh,
Well, no, I said you were
Santa?
filling in as a mall Santa
Oh,
last
okay.
week. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's a dirty job, but
Someone's
got
to do it. Someone's
Yeah.
got to do it. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you're back. We have a very special episode tonight. Big one, like huge, like a big, giant dildo that you just can't get out of yourself. We are going to tonight, the entire episode, we are starting the top 10 horror films of 2025. We're going to go 10 through 6. I'm excited about this. And then next week, we're going to do 5 through 1. Shah, this is like a big deal. We had to split this up because it's just going to be a lot going on.
Yeah, because we didn't want to overwhelm people either. It's going to be like a 3-hour show if we decide to do all 10
Talking
at
about
the same
movies,
time.
I think.
Because essentially we'll be talking about 30 potential movies in one show, so it's a little bit much. It's a little overwhelming. So we're going to split it up into 2 shows, and then possibly towards the end of the year, we might do a show basically talking about the ones that didn't make the cut.
Missed the cut, B-Show. And B-Show, sometimes the ones that missed the cut are more interesting than the ones that made the cut because the ones that made the cut sometimes are pretty fucking obvious.
Yeah, because we've had people the past couple of years where, just like the trailers we covered, where we'll talk about a movie that no one's got their eye on, and maybe it didn't make the list of the top 10, but it's still a solid entry. And then later on, people will say, "Oh shit, I watched, whatever this movie is or whatever that one was. Heard you guys talk about it a few months ago." And it's a good way to, I think that should be more popular for people who do the top 5s and top 10s. They should talk about what didn't make the list more. I know some people do. But.
Yeah, I like that idea too, and maybe we'll make that a staple going forward. But this is a great time if you haven't already subscribed to our Patreon because each one of us is doing a special solo show this month. You need to go to patreon.com/spitballmedia. Shop $5. This is the cheapest gift you're ever going to get. You can't even get a decent scratch off for $5.
I don't even think you could get a single pickle for $5 anymore, man. So, $5 a month, you get plenty of hours of us. So if you enjoy this show, there's absolutely no reason you should not be on patreon.com. Spitball Media. Check it out.
And of course, B-Show, with the economy being the way it is, the uncertainty of the economy, this is a super value with the, ass amount of hours that they have of unlimited content practically.
I bought a Powerball ticket today. Never do this. $3 and some shit. Yeah.
Wow.
You can throw $3 or $4 away on Powerball tickets and not win $1 billion because you're never going to. Or if you go to Spitball Media at Patreon and get 5 years of content now, going all the way back to the days of the anarchy,
literally the COVID, the doldrums of COVID across the globe.
Yes, when people weren't, everyone was like chuds or like the sewer people from Escape from New York. You had to stay in your houses and only come out. You had to deal with people wearing space helmets at the fucking stores and shit. Legitimately
People wrap themselves in cellophane and not going to funerals and weddings. Look, those days are behind us. I don't care what Eddington did or didn't do in the box office. Go to patreon.com/spitballmedia, $5. And thank you to the many, many people going back to break the apocalypse, keeping the lights on in this, the literal lights on in this motherfucker. B-Show, who do we got in the old chat room tonight? This is a special ep.
We got Donald Q. Stoney Esquire.
At least, thank God there's a lawyer present.
We have Forever Derek.
Forever Dirk.
We got Rams fan, The Voice.
Rams fan, the voice of his generation.
I'm going to call him Metatron, because isn't that from Dogma? The Voice of
Metatron,
God?
yeah, the voice of God. Yeah, for sure.
I got,
he's our own Alan Rickman.
Exactly. Here's the new staple who's been around for a little while, Coke Hogan.
Coke Hogan, love the new name, same old school attitude.
We got Marquise in the chat hanging out.
Big friend of the show, big friend of mine.
We got Chris Matthews. What's up?
I know Chris Matthews is a happy guy, is an Orioles fan. We're not going to get into that nonsense.
We got Ryan Keefe.
The Ryan Keefe.
And Joe Punches. What's up, Joe?
Oh, the legendary Joe
And
Punches. Did I see Rich Dow in there?
I was going to say, I forgot to mention, often imitated, never duplicated.
He's got some opinions about those Mets, I'm sure. But listen, thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. This is a very, very special episode. And just to bring this up now, B-Show and I, for the post-show for Patreon, are going to do a personal retrospective on the career of John Cena, who Saturday night is having his last match on a PLE, whatever that is, Saturday night's main event. It actually looks like a pretty damn good show. Who the fuck knows? Maybe I'm going to do a little something for that. I don't know. I'm going to be very fucked up Saturday. I like that I know I'm going to be fucked up before like days in advance. Oh, Emmanuel Rojas is with us. How the fuck did I forget my old friend from the West Coast?
I didn't see him till just now.
Look at that. Old school. I got some hardcore news for him. He'll be excited. Anyway, we'll be doing that. And again, Shah's going to be recording his episode. I'm going to be recording an episode. And just an early program note, for the last 2 weeks of the year, we're going to move the show to the Tuesdays to keep away from the holidays. We'll have live shows. Not sure if we're going to do posts for those because it is like a very holiday week. More than likely we'll do one, whether it's the Christmas one or the New Year's one. But I'm very excited to bust out this list. And I'm going to go to Shaheen. I'm going to put Shah on the spot right now. Shah, interesting year. I don't know if it was I would say it was a good year. But judging from our picks will decide that. We're going to go to Shah to B to me, and then I'll drop my 9, and then we'll do it that way. We'll go 10, 10, 10, 9, 9, 9, 8, Oh, no, you know what? That gets confused. This isn't a baseball draft. We'll just go in the order that we're in. Shah, we are ready for your number 10 horror film of 2025.
Yeah, this was very, very difficult for me because I watched exactly 20 new horror movies this year that came out this year. So I essentially had to get rid of half of them. And to be honest with you, man, I didn't really watch anything that I disliked for the most part. Like it was a hard time. I mean,
interesting.
Yeah, I didn't really, other than the Ice Cube War of the Worlds, like I didn't.
Oh yeah, that was the
worst movie I've ever seen. But I mean, other than that, I really can't recall any movies that I absolutely hated for the most part. But starting off with my number 10. This is probably going to be number 1 for a lot of people, to be honest with you. I'm going to put it at my number 10, man. It's going to be Frankenstein. Again, we just talked about this not too long ago.
Okay.
Absolutely love everything about the movie. Again, just the physical appearance of Frankenstein. The Frankenstein design does not resonate with me. Other than that, though, man, I really don't have any complaints. I'm just hoping, since it's a Netflix movie, because I do collect all of Del Toro's movies, and he does have a deal with Criterion. They exclusively put
I'm making notes here, by the way. I'm not even joking. Like, this is like a fucking fantasy draft. I'm literally making notes right now. So Shah, let me ask you a quick question. I just want, were you, because this is 10 and we were very excited about this movie, does this mean this was slightly disappointing to you in some capacity?
In a way, yeah, because I had a lot of expectation going into it, and I don't think necessarily it didn't deliver. Again, my only complaint is just the design, and I chalked that up to the fact that they had to, redesign the whole thing in 6 weeks. But yeah, man, I'm excited. I hope this comes to the Criterion collection because, they do have an exclusive deal with Del Toro, so I'm hoping it gets a physical release because I do have all his movies. But other than that, man, Frankenstein, I'll have to rewatch it again. Probably won't happen for a while. I'm not sure how much replay value this has for you guys, but it's one of those movies I probably watch like every few years, if that. But
okay, wow, that's okay. I did not expect that. I got to be honest, B-Show. I wouldn't want to talk too much. You're gonna get to your pick, but I'm actually very surprised, which is why I'm taking some notes here.
I am too, because when we talked about Frankenstein a couple of weeks ago, I got the impression that Shaheen was a lot more impressed than I know. At least I was. I know you liked it quite a bit, John. I liked it, but it was.
Mm,
I'll get to that in a minute. But I didn't expect it to be number 10 on Shah's list. I
I
figured it'd
didn't
be
at
like
all.
top five.
There's so many good movies this year, bro. There's so many good movies.
I'm very surprised. I'm just
My
saying
whole
this
top
right now.
10 is heavy hitters, man. They're all fucking bangers.
That's what
you
I'm
know?
wondering now because you said that. B-Show, let's get to it. Shah dropped Frankenstein as his number 10. The kids are everyone's waiting, B-Show. They want to know, what's your number 10?
This is gonna seem kind of weak, I think, because there's 3 or 4 key movies that I didn't get to see yet. So mine is gonna have some holes in it. My heavy hitters are gonna be on the top 5, although there's some interesting picks on this bottom 5. I'm gonna go number 10, Clown in a Cornfield.
Ooh, okay.
Out of the-
Interesting.
Out of the 15 movies I saw this year, like I said, I saw probably 3 or 4 less than I should have. But I just thought it was fun. I thought it was interesting with like the town angle, almost like the Hot Fuzz kind of storyline that went with it. Went back to like the town founders and all that stuff. I know we've seen that before. It's tropey, but I just thought it was fun. Just the kids in the shed in the cornfield, the clowns, drunk dudes following girls out to the cornfield, and I don't know. It seemed almost Killer Clowns from Outer Space meets like the Thanksgiving movie we saw. I just thought it was fun. Like I said, if I saw probably 3 more movies, this probably wouldn't even made the list. But from what I saw, number 10.
Okay. Shah, now, did you see Clown in a Cornfield?
I have not, which kind of disappointed in myself because I do know the author that wrote that. He's a YouTuber. I've done a show with him before.
Yes, you brought that up.
So I do want to check it out eventually. To be perfectly transparent, man, regardless if I know the guy or not, it didn't really move me as far as the trailer. It didn't really seem like something I would enjoy personally.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. Like, it's different. It's very different than what you think it would be. But I love the clowns. You know, for me, that was like a thing. Honestly, I really liked the clowns.
Yeah, it wasn't Clown in a Cornfield. It ended up being
Yeah, it was
Clowns
shots like
in a
clowns
Cornfield.
in a
okay. So
cornfield.
that intrigues me a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure. That's fascinating to me. So I did not expect that. I did see that movie. Be sure, I think I saw it before you, or we saw it around the same time.
Yeah, I think you caught it a week or 2 before I did. I think you caught it the week it came out, didn't you? Right around Halloween?
Yeah. Because I was like, you know what? I was curious about it. I didn't know anything about the preamble there. So this is going to be very interesting. Fine. I'm going to go to my number 10.
I'm intrigued.
This is very interesting to me. I felt like this had to get represented because it did everything that it told me it was going to do, and maybe even a little bit more. Didn't blow the doors off of anything for me, but it did provide. It didn't let me down. And I think when we approached this movie early in the year, we were apprehensive. I'm talking about The Toxic Avenger.
Wow.
I have to say that if you have not seen that and you were worried about being woke, which I hate saying, or dumb, or because he's a dwarf and all this other stuff, I think you should G-check that the fuck out of here and check this movie out, because it shot, for me, this did everything that it said it was going to do.
I completely agree, man. And to be honest with you, I might as well mention my number 9 because it's also it's Toxic Avenger.
Wow.
Yeah, one of my favorite movies of the year, man. I agree with you completely. It delivered exactly what I wanted it to deliver.
I didn't
it was
expect
exactly
that at all, actually.
what fuck I wanted Toxic Avenger in 2025 to be. But my only complaint about this one was the titties. We saw 2 very like mediocre fucking 4 out of 10 titties.
But they
in
were,
here.
yeah. I mean, but they were. But honestly, look,
they were titties.
we could talk about this. I think that was by design. I think they wanted it to be Milwaukee 5. Yeah, Milwaukee 5 titties, because the town is a shitty town, and it's like beleaguered with problems and health problems and like all this shit. So you're not going to get like even a Buffalo 9 out of that B show. You got to get that.
Yeah, I'm from Toledo. I would probably be. What are you guys talking about? These are just fine. What do you mean they're 4s? You know. So
yeah,
no, I agree with you. I have not seen that. Again, that's one of the movies, one of the 3 or 4 movies I did not see that probably, from the sounds of it, would make my list. But I've heard nothing but good things about it.
I think you would really enjoy it.
See, I disagree because I feel like Troma did have some nice tits in their movies in the 80s
Well, but
and
Shah,
90s.
that was a different time period where it was always big fake plastic titty blonde world. We're
Right.
not really in that
It's about
world
titty
anymore.
positivity now.
Yeah, we
I
don't.
mean,
Yeah, we're not tit positive. Like we're more like tit, like daily
well,
tits, like the tits you
there's
see by
BBLs
accident at
everywhere.
Kmart. No, but I'm saying like accidental titties at Kmart when someone accidentally bends down and you really didn't want to see them, but you saw the titties
When
anyway.
they're trying on the nursing bras in the changing room,
Yeah,
just kind
or
of
like
walk by.
some
Yeah.
girl flashes some guy in a bar for a shot of tequila at 4 o'clock in the morning. That shot. But
That was
Shah,
very
what,
David Tell of you, I have to
it was
say.
well. Look at me. But Shah, honestly, didn't this movie, unlike a lot of other movies, didn't this literally do everything that it said it was gonna do?
Yeah, literally, like for me, the only reason I was debating on putting it at number 6. Like originally, I
Mm-hmm.
had it at number 6, dude,
Uh,
just because of replay value. Because if there was one movie, I'd probably replay over and over again and be able to visit almost on a yearly basis. Probably is Toxic Avenger because it's the only fun movie I watched all year. That was a horror movie.
wow. Yeah, it is a fun movie.
Everything else was serious. You know what I mean? Like this was the only fun movie that I can really, mention.
Yeah.
Oh, other
Kyle
than the
wa-
home. The home wasn't in my top 20 either.
Kyle wants us to do best hits and movie stuff.
Yeah, we should. Man.
We probably should. All
Fuck
right. Well,
Cassidy,
listen.
man. I'm not doing a bonus show on Cassidy anymore. I'm doing top 10
You're
titties.
doing top 10
Yeah,
titties.
top 10 titties.
Bish O'Brien, tough to follow titties, but also tough to follow Toxie titties. What is your number 9 pick?
This one is going to, I don't know if it's going to disappoint or not disappoint. Some people are going to say it's way too high up on the list, meaning too far away from number 1. This movie may be the most overhyped movie this year. I did not dislike it. I liked a lot of things about it, but I had some issues with quite a bit. I'm talking about Sinners. by Ryan
Which
Coogler.
just got nominated for quite a few Golden Globes, including like the cinematography, which I will say. I'm just going to say this now. I removed this from my list because I think I like this in a best film category for me because I see a lot of non-films, and I do think it was the best, maybe the second best shot movie I saw all fucking year. Period. Yeah. I think it was if it wasn't for One Battle After Another, that would be the best shot film I saw. And I feel like a poser putting it in my list because the horror elements were the things I liked the least. So that's why I removed it. But it is in my 5 favorite films, which I might discuss on my Patreon. Shah, it's an interesting flex with this movie because either you can't say enough good things about it or there's a lot of hype on it. That maybe it just doesn't resonate with us as like more true blue horror fans.
Yeah, I think it was a little overhyped. Because I did watch this.
Yeah.
And I think if I went into it without, people saying it's the best, not only the best horror movie of the year, the best movie of the year, some people are saying.
Yeah.
I think without, that perception, I think I would probably be a little bit, more open-minded to it. But I went into it expecting like fucking Bram Stoker's Dracula, you know what I mean? And that's just simply not. I got Dusk Till Dawn. That's
Till Dawn,
essentially what I got. The remake of Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah, it's a great looking movie though. It's great
without the foot fetish, which I want the foot fetish in there. So I don't know.
I think had there been titties in it, I might have made it in the lists because I can't acknowledge full clothes sex scenes. Yeah. I just can't do it.
See, that's what I'm saying. There was a lot I loved so much about it, from the look of it, the speakeasy type of thing, the Delta Blues, the performances, and I think we talked about this on our closed chat. Michael B. Jordan is nominated for awards when I think the supporting cast was much stronger than his performance.
Yeah. Way more
so,
Mayweather. Yeah.
So that's part of the thing is like I really loved a lot about this movie, and I really didn't like a lot about it. So
yeah,
I figured out of all the movies I saw, there were certain movies I couldn't rank above it on the list or even put on the list because I did like it quite a bit. But
me too.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot. I just wish the hype on it was a little bit less manufactured. Feels like a psyop. My number 9, gonna trip you guys out because you're probably gonna think it was gonna be in the top 5. My number 9 is Frankenstein, and I'll tell you why. I did not love the second act of this. Oh, look at that Frankenstein, dude! Look at that face. Look at that. It's like a giant sausage come to life.
It's a land seal, man. It's a land seal.
Land seal. My number 9 is Frankenstein. I loved the opening scene. Maybe one of my favorite scenes of the year is that first 5 minutes. But I felt it was a little drawn out. I did not like Jacob Elordi as Frankenstein. Not just the makeup, the style. I think Andrew Garfield would have fucking killed that movie. I think he's an infinitely better actor. I recognize that it was a snafu, that he had to leave, and it was a contract thing. But I think it was gorgeous, beautiful looking movie. The second act for me didn't work that well. I enjoyed the first act more, which ironically, B-Show, didn't you have the opposite opinion of the first act and the second act?
Second half or second act?
Second half. Well, yeah, I just got second half.
I'm just trying to figure out because like I like the end of it better when the action picked up. I thought the beginning of it drug. Like I like the stuff in Ingolstadt or wherever he's at school with the display.
Yeah, I love
it's like
that.
some of that stuff early on was pretty good, but like once he starts actually getting to the labor of the stuff and meeting the other characters and Mia Goth sleepwalks on set, like
Oh, totally.
it
Terribly
just killed
cast.
everything.
Didn't do well. Shah, we're very close between the 10 and the 9 there, but I almost contemplating putting this at my 10 because I don't think it delivered the way Toxie did, but it's a much better movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's actually exactly what was happening with me. I was flip flopping between the two. And ultimately, I had to go with Toxie being number 9 because, again, replay value, I just had such a better time with, watching this versus Frankenstein. But oddly enough, man, yours is very similar to mine so far. I wonder how many different films we have, you and I.
Yeah, and I will say this: we have to give Frankenstein its props because honestly, a modern day retelling in the same classic style B show of the original with the dialogue. There's very few directors I think that would have the balls in 2025 to make this a passion project and not CGI it to death, use real sets, and so forth. And I do think Guillermo del Toro, like that's one of the benefits of who made the film. But I am a little disappointed in some of the performances of some of the people, including Mia Goth. In particular, I thought she was terribly cast.
Yeah, and it's interesting. In the wake of this movie coming out, he's really railing against AI.
Yeah.
And it's like, can you really do that when you made this for Netflix? I mean, what's really more detrimental at this point,
Well,
Potentially.
he built everything, I mean,
You know what? I know that, but there was quite a bit of computer effects in this movie too.
did you feel that way? Shah, did
Yeah.
you feel that way? I didn't really feel that way.
I don't know, man. In some parts, you could definitely tell it was a little bit too much CGI, but for the most part, I thought it was a good balance between the two.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love the set pieces, and I thought it was good. Practical effects. It's
I just
just
mean for someone who comes out so hard against that stuff, it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You use
And
computer
Shah,
effects.
am I not mistaken? You did not have a problem with Mia Goth in this movie or Christoph Waltz.
I didn't. I thought everybody was great in it. To be honest with you,
Okay.
my main objective towards the movie
The
was
look.
just Frankenstein. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was Frankenstein, and I didn't think particularly the actor is a great actor.
Jacob
either.
Elordi, yeah,
I didn't think it
he's
was
from
great.
Euphoria. He was in a very controversial movie where he shoots a load in a tub and another guy licks it at the bottom. He also played
great.
Elvis in a movie. Yeah, but
I
he's a big.
wanted more of like a retarded version of Frankenstein. Like truth.
You wanted a retarded Frankenstein. Yeah.
This
You
is like
don't
a
want bright
Backstreet
Frankenstein.
Boys, like pretty boy version of it. I'm like, dude, give me
you
the
didn't-
retard. That's what
You
I
don't
want.
want a Frankenstein that talks better than you. I think is
I
what you're
want the
trying to
Frankenstein with the Rihanna forehead. The 5 head. That's what I want.
say. Yeah.
Big
Oh,
ass
you can
forehead.
land a plane on that thing.
Exactly.
But,
That's what I want. Man. They give me a fucking model. What is this?
Yeah, again, I enjoyed them. I thought it was such a gorgeous looking film. And I'm such a fan of so many people in that movie. Like, big fan of like Oscar Isaacs, Mia Goth, Christoph Waltz, and Guillermo del Toro. But like, I just wanted a little bit more meat on the bone. And I think ultimately, B-Show, that's the critique of it at the end of the day. I think it might have been a little too literal. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and it just didn't seem like it had that punch or that oomph, that substance to it, for lack of a better term, that you usually see with the Guillermo del Toro movie.
Yeah.
It seemed like a lot of going through the motions. And look, no disrespect to him and his talents, the movie was obviously not going through the motions, but the way everything plays out, it's almost like he just kind of went to his own little playground and said, I'm going to go do this, and then we're going to go do that. There didn't seem to be any urgency. Like I said, there were some weird cuts where it almost seemed like they picked up a shot where someone was walking into frame, and maybe that was purposeful to be different, but I don't know, just strange.
Yeah, strange. But again, I think it's I'm grateful that it existed. I'm grateful that like it did so well, and I love so many people associated with it. I just wanted a little bit more meat on it. So that is my number 9. Shah, number 8. Now eight's an interesting number because now you're getting really to the, as far as I'm concerned, now we're getting to like this is the good, these are the good ones here. And there's a lot on the table here. And again, we're just doing the 10 through the 5 tonight. And then we might pick up a little bit at the end of some little things that have been going on this week with the entertainment industry. But Shah, I'd love to know your number 8 in this crowded playing field.
Yeah, my number 8, very similar to Frankenstein. Same complaints, same themes. A actual 2024 movie, but we ended up putting it on our list for this year. I'm gonna go with Robert Eggers' Nosferatu for my number 8.
Oh wow!
I forgot all about that we were counting.
And Nosferatu, I think.
Yeah, we did have that conversation, B.
We
had
did.
that
And just to mention this, I think we should all mention what movies we haven't watched, just so people know. I haven't gotten to see Shelby Oaks, so that's not going to be on my list. I'm just explaining this so people know that it might be my top 5 for all I know. And The Keeper I haven't seen yet.
Well, I just want to point this out. Keeper is available now to stream at home. So if you guys have time between now
for like $15, yeah.
Well,
Black
I'm just saying. Black Phone. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are the 3.
Yeah,
those are kind of my blind
ones.
spots.
I saw them all. So Nosferatu, what an interesting pick because again, it's funny. You could literally, I think, B-Show take a lot of the things we just said about Frankenstein and slap them over to Nosferatu.
I think so. I think it would still probably make my list for top 10.
Yeah, me
In fact,
too. And it was
I'm looking at
because it was so long ago.
I know. I'm looking at my bottom 5, and I'm like, I could probably replace something with this, probably number 8. But no, I thought that movie was very well done. Again, a little slow. It took its time, but good. A lot of
stunning
good visuals.
looking, great looking film. Fucking beautiful film.
Again, that's why I had a hard time with a lot of stuff this year because it was like some stuff was some was really good, and then there was a lot of in between where it's like I love how this looks or I love this performance, but there's like problems story wise with stuff. So Nosferatu kind of felt like in that.
Well, since obviously I want to spend a couple minutes on this because I think it's important because I forgot about we didn't bring this up in the conversation that this technically should count because most people did not see it on Christmas; they saw it into the new year. But Shah, this is going to be a very tricky thing to ask you. But as far as Frankenstein, not to bring it back to Frankenstein, but these are very similar because they also bookend each other in a lot of ways. We're talking about 2 classic horror stories, 2 incredibly revered directors who painstakingly went to details for the time period and the clothes and the technology and the storyboard. But much like Frankenstein, Count Orlok was a disaster for a lot of fucking people, right? Where do you sit these comparisons in terms of more of a disappointment for you between the Count Orlok and Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein monster?
Yeah, quite frankly, man, I mean the similarities between the 2 movies is kind of insane because you're right. That's why I mentioned it because I mean, but they're both period pieces, very similar in almost every aspect. There is some pros to the look of Nosferatu, Count Orlok, because at the end where he dies and he kind of melts away in the bed or whatever,
it's one of the best scenes.
He actually looks good there. He looked freaky, so there, that gained a little bit of momentum. Whereas Frankenstein throughout the whole movie, the only time he looked cool to me was during the initial reveal where he was almost like in that fucking Cenobite suit or whatever the fuck he was wearing.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Like, I thought that was cool.
Great.
That looked really cool. But once we actually got to see Frankenstein, I was like, oh shit, this is not really moving me, man. I'm really hoping like he's gonna look freakier by the end, and he just looked prettier by the end, man. I mean, he was a fucking.
He was like a giant Orlando Bloom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he looked like a regular dude. What's interesting, B-Show, I was just thinking about this. I think the reason, in my opinion, Nosferatu beats this Frankenstein in a lot of ways, regardless of how much we all were very confused by Count Orlok. I thought everyone in that movie like Lily Rose Depp in particular, compared to, say, for us, Mia Goth, miles, miles above performance.
Yes. In fact, if Nosferatu's on the list, I'm going to amend my list. Clown in the Cornfield's knocked off. Sinners is 10. My next one would be number 8 technically because we haven't talked about it yet. So I'll keep that. But yeah, man, Lily Rose Depp was amazing. Skarsgård was amazing.
Skarsgård, yeah, another interesting turn for Skarsgård there.
The dude who played Lily Rose Depp's husband in that movie was great too. The scenery, I think we talked about before.
Who was that, Shah? Who was that?
Forget, man.
Can we pull that up real quick? Because it's been we haven't talked about this movie in almost a fucking year, guys.
Yeah, I forget off the top of my head.
That wasn't Garfield. No, that was the kick-ass guy.
Nicholas Hoult?
Was it Nicholas Hoult? Lex Luthor? That's right, Lex Luthor.
Yes.
Holy fucking shit. And then the dude who plays the werewolf with Lily Rose Depp is the best friend in Nosferatu.
Aaron Taylor Johnson?
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yep. And then Ralph Ineson as the
voice.
I don't even remember his part, yeah.
Who was the guy from The Witch, Nosferatu, with that voice? You know, the guy who played Galactus.
Ralph Ineson.
Yeah, but who was he in Nosferatu? Oh. Was he his boss? No.
No.
Who sent him to the castle?
Oh,
I don't know, dude. I haven't seen it since
she
last year.
She took off and went somewhere, and didn't she see him in like some room? Or I don't know. Maybe he was evaluating.
Was he her dad, like the dad or something? Like was he Nicholas Holt's dad or some shit? I don't know. Or
maybe
Aaron Taylor Johnson. I haven't seen the movie in a long time. You know.
Yeah,
Shah, do you think had you seen Frankenstein in a movie theater, that would have changed your opinion on it?
No, I don't think so. No.
I was thinking.
I don't think the movie theater experience really changes my mind as far as, you know, where I would put the movie. I mean, maybe certain movies, I guess, like if I don't know, maybe like a Final Destination, some shit like that. Like I would like to see that in a movie theater. But
yeah,
as far as Frankenstein, I don't think it would have moved. I think it would have still been number 10.
I enjoyed seeing. We all saw Nosferatu in the theater, did we, Bisho?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think we all went
like
the
week
it came out.
Well, Bisho, I don't want to step on your parade here, but you got to push through at your number 8. I just thought the comparisons were too obvious to ignore here with these.
No, man.
I know. Now you're all fucked up because
I know.
Nosferatu, you're all fucked up.
Because technically, Clown in a Cornfield would have been knocked off.
Okay.
Sinners would have been number 10.
10.
I would say Ash would have been number 9.
Oh, wow. Okay. You haven't gotten to that yet. So are you flip-flopping to go back to your 9 and putting 8 for your Nosferatu like Shah?
Potentially.
Oh.
I you know what? Ash was... Since
I'm glad we're talking
about
that movie. That's a weird movie.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't remember us ever really talking about it other than
we talked about it a little bit maybe on Patreon. Because, Shah, you brought that movie to both of us because of Flying Lotus.
Yeah, I watched it. I really liked it. It definitely would have been in my top 15 for sure.
Might have made it 15 for me.
Definitely would have been in my top 15. You know, it's definitely an honorable mention. I liked it. I just thought it was a little slow, to be honest with you. You know?
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Flying Lotus. So this was my first experience with that. I know that person has made like performance art and all these other things. Bisho, you and I think you saw it after me, and I said, I like the practical special effects. I just wanted it to come together a little bit more strong. Like I just felt like the plot was like, this is just this, and this is it. And then we're going to just see backstory.
I kind of get that, but I also saw it as well, kind of like, what was that movie we watched? The one that was broken up in different parts. That dude on Twitter that seems to respond to us when we tweet him. Kyle something. Strange Darling?
Oh, JT Molinier, yeah.
Yeah, it reminded me of that Strange Darling a little bit because the way they showed the events, you're not going to know what really is going on until they show you the correct order. And I like how there's a lot of movies trying that now.
Yeah.
I really like the sounds of this movie. I don't know if it was the sound design.
I like the color a lot.
The color, the way they shot everything, and then the way at the end everything came together when things weren't making sense for the whole movie. Then it kind of solved all these problems, almost like Long Legs in a way. But for some reason, I enjoyed this, where like they're doing the body scans to try to see what's wrong, and there's nothing wrong. And then,
Right.
okay, now they go to the rover. Why isn't the rover working? And then they go all the way back, and then you realize, oh, okay, that's because, you know.
Yeah, and that's Aaron Paul, mostly known for his TV work there in what the fuck was that TV show? Breaking Bad. Shah, who's the girl from Ash? Who was the star of that movie? I'm just trying to remember who the fuck that girl was from. Do you guys remember who she is?
I thought she was like a Hispanic singer or pop star or something.
I mean, it's bookended by those two people. There's not a lot of speaking parts in this movie either. And by the way, this movie is
Isa
available.
Gonzalez?
Yeah, who is she? She's the
Mexican
star of the
actress
movie.
and singer. She was in
What else has she
Bloodshot,
done? Bloodshot.
Three Body Problem, Fountain of Youth, Baby Driver.
Oh, wow. She's from Baby Driver. She's the girlfriend from Baby Driver. Wow. That's a great movie, by the way. If you've never seen it, it's fucking fantastic. Amazing cast. Might be the last big film with Kevin Spacey before he got pieced out. But, Shah, you turned us on. You told us about this movie initially.
Yeah, I don't remember where I got it from. I know it was a Shudder original, right? I believe. I think it was a Shudder original.
We watched the trailer at one point.
Yeah, we were bugging out on the trailer.
Yeah. And I have to rewatch it, man. But I do remember when I first watched it, I thought the practical effects were great because there was pretty much no CGI at all in this movie, from what I can remember.
Pretty much, yeah.
And it was pretty violent towards the end. Like, it was a great ending. I just thought
the ending's the whole thing. I think at the end.
Yeah, the first two portions of the movie were kind of slow, but I love the ending though.
It's a storytelling movie. It's got a cool ending, and the performances are good. Color wise, I think just it's a you're not going to see a lot of movies that look like this. And guys, if I'm not mistaken, isn't this a little under an hour and a half?
It wasn't bad at all.
No.
Yeah.
This is like Mandy in space as far as like visually.
Whoa, that's an interesting little reference
colors.
there. Cosmos, what's it called? Cosmos? How do you pronounce the name? Shah? Cosmos Patoris, whatever.
Cosmos Panthamos, I think.
Panthamos. Well, my number 8 might surprise a lot of people because they might have expected this to rank way higher. I enjoyed this particular movie a lot. This was a movie that we were very, very invested in early on, that I appreciated quite a bit. I saw it opening weekend. Did not do that well. Was well received, but did not translate into box office. Still don't understand this, and I think a lot of people are going to discover this late to the table. I'm talking about the body horror movie Together. Together, starring Dave Franco and his real-life wife there, whose name I never remember.
Alison Brie?
Alison Brie, known mostly for the Community TV show. She was also from Mad Men prior to that, and also from Glow, which was fucking fantastic. B-Show, this movie in particular, I think I kind of see why people didn't go see it, and I think it has something to do with the substance. Because I think a lot of people saw that trailer and said, oh, this looks like The Substance. I just saw that.
I could see that. I think we might have made that observation at the time when we watched the trailer too, but I think this movie was way better than it had any business being, to be honest with you. It's going to make an appearance at some point on my list.
I'm sure it's going to make an appearance on both of you. And again, most people would have thought this would track way lower for me. Mm-hmm.
It will for me, but I thought the movie was great. I think they layered in enough with like the cult type of thing, and I know I'm not really ruining anything. They showed
it's been
in the trailer.
Yeah. By the way, is this streaming anywhere on any platform? I don't know that it is.
I thought
this is Neon, right, Shah?
It is Neon. I think you're able to rent it. I don't think it's on streaming yet.
Okay.
It just got released on physical media like 3 weeks ago, so I think it just.
Did you grab it or no?
Yeah, I have it. Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, B. What were you going to say? If it was available, I'd like to tell people where to find some of these films.
$3.99 on Google Movies, I think. Yeah, Google Play, and then
Apple. Apple has it.
Google, Apple, Fandango, but it's all to rent.
All to rent. Nobody has it streaming as part of their platform.
It just came out.
That's weird. Because this movie came out.
It just came out, dude.
No, it
just got released.
No, but it came out in the spring.
I know, but I'm saying they usually debut it on physical and streaming to buy for a couple weeks, then they put it on like a streaming platform. So it just came out.
Okay,
so it'll probably be on streaming in like a month, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I saw this before you, or did I see this after you? I thought I saw it before.
I think we saw it the same weekend, to be honest with
Okay,
you.
yeah, I saw it on the opening, but
Yeah.
Shah, you saw this a little bit later than us? What was your take on this film?
I did. I actually attempted to rewatch it this weekend and
Hmm.
kind of got distracted. But I have seen it. Absolutely fucking love this movie. Obviously, it's got a cult in there, so
Yeah,
I'm
got a
fucking
lot you like.
sold. I love the I love the fusing of
I'm
people
sorry.
together. Like just the whole concept of it is just fucking next level crazy shit from Neon. So
What?
Neon is
Why do you?
taking over, man. It's taking over A24 for me, dude. I'm sorry. Like
Neon is no
Neon,
joke. Neon's
yeah,
killing it, dude.
they're
Shah,
killing
why do
it.
you think? I mean, look, we don't really give a fuck too much about. Let's be frank. We're not box office. Oh, if it doesn't make a lot of money, we don't care. That's not the vibe here. But this should have done very well, and it really didn't make money at all.
Yeah,
It
which
lost money.
surprises me, man, because it's hard to. I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to pinpoint which movie is going to be successful when it comes to these like art house films, because a movie like Bring Her Back or Hereditary, man, it's like those ones will do well, and then out of nowhere, a very similar movie like Men will come out and it'll shit the bed, and you're like, well, why didn't people go see this? Like this is the same exact vibe. So very similar, like Long Legs, huge hit last
Oh
year.
my god, it's a
Same company
blockbuster.
same company as Together. Together comes out, shits the bed. I mean, I don't know how well Keeper is doing, but Keeper is also from Neon. So yeah, well
Not good at all.
there you go. I mean, Neon's
Not
not known for doing well in movie theaters. Period.
not good at all, actually. I'm telling
I
you.
mean, the only really successful movie they've had in the last couple of years is Long Legs. I mean, what else have they had?
That was a pretty big success.
Yeah, but like, what else have they had? They've had The Monkey. They've had Keeper.
Monkey did very well.
Together.
Monkey did well. No, Monkey did well,
Did it?
and it got good reviews. Yeah, Monkey did pretty well.
People
That
love
would be
that
something
movie.
we could do a deeper dive on. But again, this was a movie. There was a lot of hype. There was a lot of. It was a first-time director. It did have some controversy. And look, at the end of the day, I don't know if this controversy impacted the film. I really don't. Where the idea was considered stolen by, I guess, that guy Michael Shanks or whatever. Shankman, where is it Shanks? Michael something Shanks.
Remember.
And then it was like there was going to be a lawsuit. I don't think people stayed away from that. It might just be that like Dave Franco and Allison Brie are not movie stars. I don't know, Bisho. I think this should have been a bigger movie, frankly.
Frankly, yeah. Maybe it was not art house enough to appeal to the art house crowd, and it wasn't big box office star mainstream enough to appeal to a bigger audience.
Hmm.
Because it had bits of both. I mean, Dave Franco's not a schmuck.
No, but he's not
And
a movie
Allison,
star.
no, and she's done some stuff. But again, I'm starting to see her in commercials now for like Macy's. But
Oh Jesus.
like 6 months ago, yeah.
Sorry.
I would like to see like a mainstream Macy's Christmas commercial where they start actually converging.
I actually, but I think it would be your shot. I actually thought this was one of the better acted horror films of the year, frankly, too. I thought everybody in it, including the ancillary people, like the antagonist guy who turns out to be the antagonist, I thought the acting from them was really good in this movie.
Yeah, likewise. And again, dude, this is like a common theme in films like this with the art house films. Going into it, it's going to be good acting. Like there's very rarely do you go to a Neon or A24 movie and you walk away like, I liked everything. I liked the script,
The
the visuals.
performances were
The performance was
mediocre.
dog shit. Yeah, that does not happen really. And I looked it up, man. Neon has had officially 15 horror movies
Wow.
released. So maybe we can do a deep dive on like kind of like the history of
theatrical.
Neon.
Wow.
Yeah.
We could line them up against the A24 horror movies.
Yeah, we should do that.
That would be a fun thing to do in the new year, just out of curiosity. Holy fucking shit. But that was my number 8. And now we're moving on to the number 7. Shah, again, we're getting to the nitty grit here, and we will stop at 6. We're going to save the top 5 for next week because I have a feeling there's going to be a lot more conversation than those top 5s. But Shah, number 7, a coveted spot here.
Yeah, number 7. I just watched this past week. I'm going to go with 28 Years Later.
Ooh.
Visually stunning movie, man. I love the Bone Temple. I love the incorporation of like faith and like unity. I again, the visuals, if you see this movie, man, like just like the decaying like landscapes in Great Britain, it looks gritty, but it's like beautiful at the same time. I love the beginning of the movie with the pastor.
Oh,
Like I thought that fucking beginning is
fucking
glorious.
amazing, right?
I love the dad like showing his son how to like hunt the fucking infected ones. You know, like the hunting season thing. Like
Yeah, like
there's
the
a
whole
lot of
community.
yeah. Yeah, I really really like this movie. I liked it a lot more than I thought I would, to be honest with you. So
Yeah, I was
very
excited
violent
for you to
too.
see this.
Very
Super
violent
violent.
movie. Yeah,
Super
super
fucking
violent.
violent.
Yeah.
Very violent movie. Very different than I think what you were expecting, I bet.
Yeah.
And
And
some
I love
pretty
how they introduce kind of like the new world and tie it in with like, you know, the past movies. And the bone temples, man, like, dude, it's
oh.
breathtaking seeing those fucking things. Like, so I'm actually really excited for January to see that follow up because, you know, this was a
Yeah,
banger.
Bisho, have you seen it yet?
I have not. That's
You
another
should
one
try to
that
see
was
it
not on
between
my.
now and next week. It might change your whole periphery there.
Yeah, I still was trying to see Keeper. I know you mentioned this one, and there's one other that I can't think of now, but
Shelby Oaks
Shelby
Shelby
Oaks.
Oaks. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Black Phone probably, right?
Black Phone 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a crowded playing field. Bisho, I think what you're going to take from when you see this is because you can't, I mean, if you could squeeze it in, it's worth the time. Is how different it is. It's very different. It looks, the way it looks like it's shot, the audio, the style, the color, you know, the pacing, the interesting choices here. There's a lot of flashbacks. There's a lot of literal flashbacks, like actual flashbacks to human history. And they're comparing things like the Crusades and wars to what the fuck is going on in the planet right now. Because interesting enough, I don't want to put the cart before the horse here, but this did not take over the world. This took over parts of the world. Parts of the world are completely unaffected by this virus.
And that's an odd concept because normally when you see vampires or zombies or contagion movies, it's everywhere. It's the world is doomed. It's over. We must live in the wasteland. That's fascinating.
Yeah,
Very
for
fascinating.
sure. For sure. But I'm excited. Bisha, I'm telling you, if you could squeeze, it's worth the time. Shah, I'm so glad you got to see it because I knew it would not disappoint. And it will be making an appearance on my list. Bisha O'Brien, we're at your number 7 here now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so we already talked about this one quite a bit, and technically when I added Nosferatu to my list, it kind of bumped it a little bit, but number 7 was originally, well, it was going to be Final Destination Bloodlines.
Oh, fuck.
Technically that's number 8 because now number 7 is Frankenstein. So let's talk about Final Destination Bloodlines.
Hell yeah, let's talk about Final Destination Bloodlines. John Waters' favorite movie of the year, by the way.
I saw that.
That's not a joke, Shah. Look it up. He said it was his favorite film he saw all year. That's John fucking Waters.
So random.
Bisho, talk about not disappointing in terms of the audience. I think we could spin this right back to what I said about Toxie. This 100% delivered for the audience what it expected.
I thought this was going to be a piece of dog shit. I thought it was just going to be, like, honestly, I thought it was going to be, like, the last couple Scream movies have been, fine, whatever, but, like, getting a little laborious. And I thought this was going to be the same thing. It's like, oh, God, this is, like, 9 out of, this is the number 9 movie in the series. This franchise I thought died, like, 10 years ago. And it fucking delivered. Like, that opening scene alone. That opening scene could have been like the money shot from its own movie.
Great.
Like
It's great. Looked great too. Looked really good.
And the effects, and you could tell they used CG, but like the bolts coming out of the skyscraper, and then the glass dropping out from, and then the kids or the people hanging on.
So much gore.
And then all the way into the modern times with the MRI machine or the lawnmower kill, or like one of the best scenes in the whole movie is the glass in the ice chest scene. And I know they show it in the trailer, but when the glass breaks and it falls in the ice chest and they put the ice in the drink and everyone's serving up drinks, and then it goes here and they tease that fucker for like 6 minutes.
And it spills real smart.
And then it doesn't end up even being involved.
I know,
in, like,
they don't even use it. They don't even use it.
To me, I thought that was brilliant.
So, Shah, really, like, honestly, it didn't make my top 10, but by no means did I not enjoy this movie.
Damn, I'm shocked it didn't make your top 10, man.
No, I saw a lot, though. You got to remember, I saw a lot.
Yeah.
15, 100%.
To be honest with you, man, I mean, this is my next movie. It's my number 6. It's Final Destination.
Wow. Oh, well, hold on. Hold the phone. I gotta pull an audible here. my number 7 is also 28 years later.
Oh, okay. Well, then there you go.
It's on my it's on the list. So let me just get that out of the way, and then I just want to. But go
Yeah.
ahead. But then we'll get to your 6 because then we're gonna be wrapping up with the 6. Let me just
Right.
throw some shade into the mix here for the 28 years later. I really reacted positively to this movie. Like it spoke the overtones of the Crusades, the fucking, the fact that I didn't know that this was a UK problem and it wasn't even really a UK problem, that people are just living life in fucking Australia and New Zealand and all this shit. Um, I actually love the community thing. It reminded me of when The Walking Dead actually worked as a TV show. I like the fact that the father was a piece of shit, fucking other women while his wife was dying. Like even in the fucking apocalypse, was still cheating on our wives, getting drunk and being irresponsible because we're still human. But Shah, the thing to me that really brought this home was not just the aspects of the Bone Temple, but what's his face's performance there as the doctor who's like living alone as this human monument. What the fuck, Ray Fiennes? Is that Ray Fiennes or is that Ralph Fiennes? I'm sorry, I know they're brothers there. It's Ray Fiennes, right? Yes, Ray Fiennes. This guy is such a world-class actor, Shah, that this guy made this feel very real. When he's diagnosed her with fucking cancer, with no equipment, the fuck is that? And then you have the thing at the end with the albinos and all the shit. Dude, it's just, you got a lot of meat there, right? Like it was just so much to enjoy. And the music.
Yeah, it was much more complex than the original ones in a good way.
Oh.
Like it was layered in a good way. I don't mean like overcomplicated. And again, you just mentioned this about Together and how the acting was very good in Together, and compare this to like 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later. Like the acting has, dude, significantly gotten better in horror movies over the last 2 decades. Like
significantly better
by a landslide. It's gotten better. So. Just wanted to point that out because we were just talking about Together, and I did watch 28 Days Later. It's not a movie I really want to go back to again. I watched it in the movie theater, and I remember really liking it.
I saw the first
going
2 in
back
theaters.
to it, dude.
So all 3 in theaters.
Yeah, going back
all
to
3
it,
in
it
theaters.
doesn't really hold up that well.
Well, I wanted to get
honest
my shot, and also let's not forget too. They really sort of fleshed out that this is a virus. This is not zombies. This is just people.
Well, that was in the first movie though. They
but we didn't know they were going to start having children and fucking reproducing and fucking having generations.
Yeah, but they made it very clear that these aren't zombies. These are like infected people.
Yeah, they're infected people with giant penises. Giant penises. Just penises everywhere. It was like a Game of Thrones episode. But Shah, I want to go to your number 6 because 28. For the Final Destination. Why did this make your list in particular? Like, why did you put this so low on the list?
Man,
low. I mean, in a good way.
Show. Yeah, low in a good way. Similar to B-Show, man. I went into this movie really not expecting much at all, and the only reason I watched it was because I got Max, and I didn't watch anything on Max for like 3 months. I was like, dude, I got to use it for something.
So much good stuff.
So, I just went on and watched Final Destination, and dude, that beginning, man, it gave me so much fucking anxiety because I'm scared of heights. the portion where the skyscraper like tilts and everybody's like falling off the glass, like,
yeah,
that fucking killed me, dude. Like, I love everything about this movie, and I love the fact that the Penny was like the biggest fucking villain in the whole movie, and they did not shy away from the kid.
Killing
I don't want to spoil anything.
Old, young couples in love, husbands, wives, moms.
Yeah,
they didn't give a fuck.
This is my new favorite Final Destination. I think. I mean, number 2 is always my favorite. This is definitely this has surpassed number 2. So
because I want to spend a few minutes on this. What did you guys think of the ending? Because I thought the ending was great. Because you think it's wrapped up, and you kind of know it's probably not. But we didn't know B-Show that they were going there. Like they went hard.
They did. Ending. It was almost like right when you think they're gonna stop, they just keep on fucking trucking. Yeah. And I really like that because the whole premise of Final Destination is you can't stop fate. And I think it's what we talked about with like the Godzilla -1 movie. And I love movies where, because I don't know if it's because I'm around control freaks all the time, but like seeing fate and your death or your mortality completely out of your hands, no matter what you try to do, represented in movies like this, and to the point of like one after another, and oh, let's all breathe a sigh of relief. That was over. No, it's not. We're done. Like,
Yeah.
spoiler alert, didn't they kill off like all of the cast?
Well, I will say this, and I think I said this when it came out. I want to be fair here, even though this didn't make my list, and I love this movie. I really enjoyed this movie. I saw it with the girls, and the girls were super pissed because they thought it was an interesting concept, but they didn't know it was a gore fest. They were like, Jesus fucking Christ. I will say this. I thought the acting was pretty shitty. I thought they had very, like, it was not great.
It was like
It was
Scream, like a Scream sequel. Yeah.
it was wor- It was even worse than the Scream sequels, where everybody has to represent some gender or some bullshit. Like Shah, I thought the acting was that might have been what the thing that pushed this away from me a little bit. Not that it needs to have good acting, but it had such a cool concept, the history of it. Like I'll say this about Saw. I didn't like the last bunch of Saws, but I didn't think the acting was this as bad as this. This, I think, deserved a little bit more real actor actress quality. That's all.
Yeah, I think mainstream movies like this one, like the studio films, I kind of view them under a different lens. I don't critique them the same way I would with like an A24 or a Neon movie. Yeah, like a Scream movie, this type of like Final Destination, even like a Black Phone. Films like that going into them, I'm not expecting it to be the greatest performance of the year. You
Mm.
know, and I was totally fine with this movie because this is like a teenage, like that's what it is, bro. This is like a teenage fucking fun movie. It's a mindless. It's a
Yeah, but when
brainless
the
movie.
best actor is what's his face on his deathbed dying, and it just walks through everybody with 5 minutes of dialogue. You
Yeah, but
know what
none
I
of them
mean?
have had good acting though. All previous 5 entries never had good acting in them, dude. They've been mediocre, but you
The
can't tell
first
me you've
one,
gone
you
into
had
a.
a couple of good. There was some.
It
People
was
had some
okay.
chops in the first one or two. I think
Yeah, it
not
was
great,
okay.
but
It was nothing outstanding.
yeah, and
You know.
it's not really. It's just if it's a fair criticism. I think, guys. I don't know.
And
Be show. Did you think that? I just want because I know I brought this up the first time I saw the movie, and you guys didn't see it yet. I know I brought this up.
Yeah, but I don't know. For some reason, I was so surprised that it was better than it had any business being. I just kind of overlooked it.
Yeah.
Because to me, yeah, bad acting can take me out of it, but a good concept and a good movie goes a long way with me. For me, it's more about the story. The performances can kill it for sure, but I didn't think they were that bad.
No, no, I'm just saying to be fair, like because we're talking about like the best films of the year and stuff like that. Like for my palate, I was a little like, but that's just for me. I'm sorry, Shai, I didn't mean to cut you off. But I know I did bring that up before you guys said it, like before you
yeah,
guys saw the movie.
the one thing I do want to mention because I think Rams fan mentioned it, which is a good point because this did definitely stand out to me when I was watching the movie. How come nobody noticed the cracks in the glass on the floor? Like that part
Because
to
they
me
were
kind of pissed me
dancing
off.
and because they
Yeah, but
were
did you
like
feel that? Like,
loud
there's no way not a person like looked at that and fucking noticed that,
Yeah, no. I mean, I will say this. This might have been the goriest film. Like, this was possibly the goriest film I saw a year, maybe. Like, across the board. It might be that. But, Bisho, I want to get to your, what are we, number 6 here? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, number 6 because I leapfrogged Frankenstein. This ended up being Nosferatu. It was perfect timing when Shah brought it up because as far as all the movies I like this year, I don't think Nosferatu would have made my top 5. But I liked it better than Frankenstein, and I liked it better than the other movies like Ash and Sinners and Final Destination. So Nosferatu has to be on my top 10 for this year for sure.
Yeah.
And we covered a lot about it, so we don't have to keep
Yeah,
going
no,
on
we
it,
did. We
but-
cover a lot about it. And again, some of these movies, and look, next week we're going to hit the top 5. I'm about to drop my number 6. It's going to be pretty, people might have some opinions on it.
Right.
But there's going to be a lot of movies that we will talk about in the context that we did not see. Because what I did today was, guys, I went on Wikipedia for the list of movies. And there are some very good movies, including, I think, that like Bone Lake and all this, that we just have not seen. You know what I mean? As far as that goes. That being said, a movie that I am fairly certain is going to be in both of your top 5s is on my number 6. And it beat out a similar type of movie. And I'm going to be ambiguous on purpose because I want to save my 5 for next week, and just like we all will. So next week we will be doing our top 5. But my number 6 was a movie that we were intrigued by immediately when we knew nothing about it. And all of us sought this movie out and had a very similar reaction because it was very different. It was unique. It was. I think you have to see it to kind of really understand why this is going to be on a lot of people's lists. And I've already seen it in many top tens, many top tens. I feel like Trump there for many top tens. I'm talking about Ugly Stepsister. This is one of the most surprisingly strangest, wonderfully strangest movies that I saw all year. That if you remember, Shah, when we saw this trailer, all of us were like, yo, what the fucking fuck is this?
Yeah, pretty much all around, not to hype it up, man, but a pretty flawless movie in my opinion, man. I mean, this movie really, really did it for me, dude. And I can't wait till it gets a release. I know it's getting a release overseas, so I'm gonna have to bring this in from the UK and pay fucking $30 for shipping. But
Oh, really?
worth it, man. If you have Shudder, watch The Ugly
Oh,
Stepsister.
100%. Yeah.
Totally worth it. If you love body horror, it's pretty graphic, and honestly, it's pretty true to the story. Like, I mean, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's a dark take on it, but I mean, it's pretty accurate. So.
Yeah, it's a dark take on it, but Bisho, there are so many things outside of the horror elements of this that make this like almost like an 80s, late 80s, early 90s period piece, like a Pride and Prejudice or something like that. Yeah, or the Madness of King George. Like it has such a big time film aspects to it, and then it's got semen on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it was so strange because
So strange.
I thought it was a fairly low budget movie, but it
Yes.
looked like a big studio fare. Like, to me, other than obviously noticeable quality and probably film stock and color grading, I didn't think it looked all that much different from Nosferatu in certain scenes, especially like the indoor chambers, like scenes lit by torchlight and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Didn't think it was all that different. And like Shah said, they went into almost like the Grimm's fairy tale version of Cinderella,
the literal version, version.
where the stepsisters aren't just mad about not fitting the shoe; they're like cutting toes off and like starving themselves to win the prince.
God.
And I'll tell you what, the visceral guttural sounds of her stomach churning because of the tapeworms, I think that was the star of the fucking movie. Because great movie, but like I'm a sucker for sound design, man. Oh God,
Yeah.
it made it.
You know what, Shah? You're gonna laugh at me. You know what? I was thinking about this, and you told me crazy. Do you know what this reminded me of when I really look back on it? You know what movie this actually reminds me of? Caligula. Like, I'll tell you why. Because Caligula is a porn movie wrapped in world-class acting, full-on like complete sets and like costumes and stuff like that, but at the end of the day it's porno, right? It's a fucking porno with Helen Mirren and Peter O'Toole and all these fucking famous people in it, right? And fucking world-class acting. But it's kind of a porno. Like but it's strange because Caligula is kind of an awesome fucking movie without the porn. This was kind of like a really interesting movie without the eyelashes, without the cutting of the toes, without the fucking tapeworms. You know what I mean, Shah? Like, I almost feel like it's two different movies, and you could split it in two. You know?
Yeah, no, I completely understand the comparison to Caligula. Although I wouldn't say Caligula is like a porn movie necessarily. There's porn in there, but it's dude, it's a 3-hour movie. There's 5 minutes of porn in there.
No, there's a lot more than 5, I think. But yeah,
nah, it's 5. It's 5 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
I recently watched it. It just came out on 4K, so I watched the complete uncut.
I've seen Caligula 100 times. I love Caligula.
Yeah. It does have cum shots, so it is technically like porno. I'm just saying, on the grand scheme of things, it's only like a small portion of the movie. But I would watch this regardless of the violence. Like, you're right. I think the movie is interesting enough to watch it without all the gory scenes. And to Bisho's point, like, yeah, I agree with you. Like, watching this, I was shocked that this went on Shudder, because I was like, yo, this looks like a big budget movie. Like, why the fuck is this on Shudder? Why is this debuting on Shudder for $5?
And by the way, guys, critics really like this movie.
Yeah,
Like, this is not a movie where like we're fringe guys who like this fringe movie, Bisho. Like, Like, no. This is like critics are like, this is a fucking unique, strange, brilliant. This is the kind of movie I think I'm not even joking. I could see down the road, B show, them talking about this in film school in a lot of ways. Like, I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, just the resourcefulness of what they were able to accomplish on the budget that they had or didn't have is, it's impressive. From
Yeah.
sound design, music was okay from what I can remember. It was mostly
Yeah.
classical.
Classical.
Um,
The performances were very good.
And the fact, and not to sound like a dumb American, but like, and Sean and I have talked about this too. I don't, I don't mind reading subtitles on foreign movies. It's not a lazy thing. It's distracting from everything else going on. Like I like to take in the image and the sound and everything. If I have to actually read and ignore what they're saying and how they're delivering, it's distracting to me. But this being a foreign film, me having to read subtitles, I was enthralled through the whole thing. Like I wasn't distracted. I wasn't taken out of it. I was actually anticipating what was coming next because
Yeah.
that the worms in the stomach. It
Tapeworm.
reminds me of an old Hitchcock thing. Hitchcock used to say, tension isn't like, oh, a bomb explodes. It's there's a bomb under the table and there's four guys playing cards and we see it counting down and
Yeah.
they don't see it and they're going on and you stretch it out. To me, that was the tapeworms, the stomach sound, because
Yeah.
shit's gonna go like bust loose
Yeah.
at some point, and this through line keeps going through the whole movie and it almost builds along with the tension of the movie. So,
Yeah.
like I said, very ambitious for what it was. I'm surprised.
Great performances. I highly recommend it, and I'm fairly certain next week you're going to be hearing a lot more about this movie from these two guys. But we're going to wrap it up. Again, next week, regular show. The whole show is going to be our final five. There'll be some controversial picks in that motherfucker. I'm telling you right now, because there's a lot of stuff that people are going to say, hey, how did this not make it? How did that not make it? And keep in mind, I saw pretty much everything. There's nothing big that I probably did not see. But it's a tight list. And I could say my final three, guys, I don't know about you, but my final three were pretty much finalized, fairly easily. And they have not changed. My 4 and 5 have, but my final three have not. And one of my picks next week, which did make an appearance in the head of Bloody Disgusting, I think's list, or one of those guys, or one of those big sites. I saw one of my picks in his top five. It was one of my top fives that no one is having. Like, I guarantee you, no one has this pick, because I talked about this movie early in the year, and I said when I saw it, you guys got to see this. This is one of the best horror films of the year, and it is. But we're going to be heading out now in a little bit. B Show and I are going to be doing a special Patreon for the final John Cena match on Saturday. I might be out and about discussing it. We'll see how fucked up I am. But let's plug some friends. Cleric of Chaos. Is it Cheating Death Podcast? Is that correct?
Yes.
The Cheating Death Podcast. Please be checking that out. Help support our friend there. Rich Dow. I don't know if he's going live tonight on X's and O's. And of course, our good friends over at the Wrestling Soup. My brother Mike's Necromaniac show, they're going to be doing their top five. I don't know when, but that's definitely one you're going to want to check out. It might be at the end of this month. Who else are we forgetting? Anyone else we want to add to this list, Shah?
Shit, I don't know, man. I'm probably the worst person to ask.
Oh,
dude. I'm
who's
terrible.
doing the Minorities Report? Is it Chris Matthews and who is it? Shoot, someone just started a podcast, the Minorities Report. I think it was when Bayou Geeks ended.
Oh, yes, I know. Yes, as a good friend Chris Castro has retired himself from the Bayou Geeks, he's going to be doing something else. He's starting a new show, and of course, whatchamacallit, we want to thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. Oh, Dirk is doing that show, right? Dirk's doing that show. Okay,
There we go.
Yeah, good friend Dirk, the Dirkster. Please support all of our pals. Please consider going to patreon.com/spitballmedia. $5. Shah's dropping a bombshell fucking show. I can't wait to hear about this fucking show. And of course, next week we're going to be doing the regular show. And then the last 2 weeks of the month, the week of Christmas, week of New Year's, we're going to be recording on the Tuesdays, as far as that goes. We want to thank you guys for hanging out with us. And get your top five for next week, guys. I want to hear everybody's top five in the chat. Go ahead, B.
We've got the bottom five for 2 or 3 people. Let's run through them real quick.
Oh, yeah, let's hear it.
Don Stoney, number 10, Together.
Mhm.
Number 9, Toxie.
Oh, okay.
Number 8, Weapons.
Okay.
Something tells me we'll be seeing.
Yeah,
more
we'll
of
be
that
hearing
later.
about that, I'm sure.
Number 7, 28 Years Later. And number 6,
Okay.
Final Destination.
That's a solid ass list. Did Joe Punches have his list in there?
He did it. It's coming up.
This is
So-
Cleric's, I think, overall list. I don't think this is just horror specific, but
Okay, so Last Cabin,
oh, okay. I've heard of Last
Well-
Cabin.
Woman in the Yard.
We talked about that, but I don't think any of us saw it. I remember talking about that earlier in the
I
year.
heard it was laughably terrible, but
Ah.
Cleric liked it, so I'll give it a try.
Okay.
Black Phone,
Yes, obviously Black Phone 2.
Good Fortune,
Good Fortune. Heard of Good Fortune. Haven't seen it.
and number 6, The Phoenician Scheme.
Phoenician Scheme easily shot, probably in our top 5 favorite films of the year, correct?
Overall, it'd probably be mine.
Overall.
Yeah, overall,
10.
yeah, probably.
Yeah, maybe 10, if not 5. And then we have Joe Punches.
You have number 10, Dangerous Animals, which I still haven't seen.
I saw it. I enjoyed it. It just kind of got inched out there.
Gotcha. 28 Years Later,
Of course.
Ugly Stepsister,
Nice.
Sinners,
Sinners, I moved to my regular movie list.
and Together.
Together. Okay. I have a feeling we're going to be hearing about Together next week a little bit too. Of course, guys, thank you for hanging out with us. A lot of fun in the chat. I think my brother made an appearance earlier tonight.
He said going back from Fort Lickerdale. On his
Fort
way
Lickerdale, is what
he said on my way back, traveling from Fort Lickerdale.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And of course, yeah, Chris Matthews, yes, he has the Minorities Report. Guys, thank you for hanging out with us. We hope you have a great weekend. We'll see you next week on the regular show.